Boom, we are live. What's up, Power Team? It's Aaron Parker. I'm so excited to be here with you. We have Jeff and Jody Judge in the house all the way from Canada. What's up, guys?
Woo!
What's going on?
So these two absolute rock stars are just absolutely crushing it with this business, and we are going to be finding out what they're doing, how they're crushing it. You're going to be getting some tips from them on this training. So we are going to interview two absolute rock stars. We have Jeff and Jody Judge from Canada. Guys, put some Canada emojis in the comments. Make some noise. Get excited because these two individuals have been a part of the team for not that long, and they're absolutely crushing it. And I'm going to just ask them a few questions because I know that what they have done. How many of you guys want to learn from Jeff and Jody right now? Who's ready to learn? Okay. What they have done is phenomenal. They're crushing it. They're ranking up. They not only hit 5K, they hit 10K, and they're going for 25K this month. So what they're doing is working. And one of the biggest reasons why I'm excited to have them on, they're in Canada. Guess what that means? It means they cannot purchase any of our CBD oil, right? So this is important because they're crushing it even though they can't buy CBD oil. And I want everyone to hear from them what they're doing, how they're doing it, because there's some people who are in the United States who will make excuses for whatever reason about their business, and you have CBD oil here in the United States. You can buy it. You can use it. You can sell it. And so Jeff and Jody Judge, you guys, congratulations once again on 10K affiliate. This is a huge deal. Tell me quickly, for those that don't know you, a little bit about yourself and when did you guys join?
Cool. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us. We are super excited to be here. So a little bit about ourselves is that we lived in Canada our whole life, but Jeff has been an oil field electrician for the last 10 years, and I was a stay-at-home mom to two little boys for most of my 20s, and it just being a stay-at-home mom while your husband works away 3 weeks out of the month, it gets really draining, it gets exhausting, it gets tiring. And during your 20s, when you're supposed to be developing yourself and learning who you are and traveling the world, going to college and doing all these fun things, I was a mother at home. And with Jeff working away all the time, I had developed anxiety and depression really, really bad. It was so bad that I didn't see if there was a future even for Jeffrey and I or the kids or even in our life. And after finding the online space a year and a half ago, because I finally put my foot down and I said, I will no longer live like this. This is retarded. I am going to retire you. I'm going to bring you home. I am going to develop something for me and the kids so they can look at me and be proud instead of somebody who's just lying on the couch back there being like, what's wrong with my life? That was me all the time. And I make fun of it now because I'm okay making fun of it. But back then it was really, really rough.
And then on my end, I was watching my family grow up through FaceTime for 3/4 of every single month. And that was tough, missing out on the birthdays, the anniversaries, the first day of schools, everything. So that was a huge line in the sand moment for the both of us on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yes, I just knew that if we, especially raising two little guys and just a female presence constantly in the house, I knew that the man needed to be there. I knew my husband needed to be there. The guys needed a male role model to look up to and see instead of just having 1 week a month at home. And that 1 week was a fun adjustment. And then you'd go back and you'd be like, oh, back to reality, you're gone, here I go again. And we do that vicious cycle. We did that cycle for 10 years. And it's now over a year and a half ago. So August 2018, I was just digging around into the online space and I was with another affiliate offer and I jumped in and I connected with a couple in my hometown that was killing it. And I was like, yeah, this is what I can do. This isn't a scam. I think I can do this. And I just started jumping in. So that led us to the direction that we are right now. And I'm not going to dive in because guys can go watch my lives from previous stories and things like that. But it's great to see where we came since August 2018 to January 2020. We've been in the online space. And in August, which is cool, August 2019, August 31st to be exact, is when we jumped in with MDC. And it's just been over 4 months, 5 days over 4 months. Yeah. And here we are.
Wow. So one thing you said, which is powerful, is that you were sick and tired of where you were
Yeah.
sick and tired of going through things that were frustrating you, and you drew a line in the sand. And I really want to ask that question for everyone. And the answer is going to be different for everybody. And the level of frustration that you are going through in your life, I think, will determine how serious you're going to be about changing that situation to create a breakthrough for yourself. Now, some people, and I've been through this so many times, where we're not really happy with where we are, but we're not really willing to draw that line in the sand. Because when you really draw the line in the sand, it's like everything changes. You are now willing to do things you weren't willing to do before. You're going to get up earlier. You're going to stay up late. You're going to stop watching TV. You're going to eliminate things and make some sacrifices in your life to create a better life that is waiting for you. And so my question for everyone who's watching this is, have you truly drawn that line in the sand?
So that's,
and I would even challenge that if you're not having the level of success that you want, maybe you haven't really drawn that line yet. What was that, Jody?
I was just going to say, it's funny because we drew that line in the sand and we created a life. We retired Jeffrey in June and we bought a motorhome. We sold all our stuff because in order to sustain the lifestyle that we had to sell everything. There was no way Jeff retiring from the oil field because you could succumb to a lifestyle, that we could live it and continue to live it. So we sold all our stuff. We sold our vehicles. We sold our couches. We sold everything that we own. We sold our house. We bought a Class C motorhome, and we traveled for 7 months. And we thought that would be like the best year of our life. We're like, this is it. We've done it. We're so excited. And it ended up being the most shittiest thing we've ever done in our whole life. It was the most humbling experience, but it broke us, and we even got even deeper and hit our rock bottom during that time.
Our second line in the sand moment.
Well, guys, I can relate to the story. Obviously, completely different stories, but I can definitely relate to hitting rock bottom and then hitting rock bottom even further. And Kathy and I having to have that moment of oh my gosh, what are we doing? And what are we going to do to fix it? What are we going to do to get out of the situation? And so I commend you guys for sticking together and creating that breakthrough. So you guys are just an inspiration. I mean, who's inspired? If you're inspired, drop some likes, drop some love, drop some hearts for Jeff and Jody right now. And you've only been in the business 4 months, which is incredible. I mean, to hit 10K in basically 3 months to hit 10K? That's a really big deal. And I want to make sure that people who are watching this on the team realize one big part of bringing success stories on like this is to never compare. Because sometimes what will happen is when you see Jeff and Jody and they hit 10K in 3 months, and there's someone watching this who's been in the business for a year and hasn't hit 5K yet, or maybe is still 5K after a year, you have to realize that everyone's on their own journey. And some people will appear to have success faster than others, but realize that they did things before. They did things before My Daily Choice that maybe helped them create this fast success that they're having now. So just remember that and know that we're all on this journey. We're all on this journey together. And when you see people, whether it's Jeff and Jody or anyone else, you see someone else that boom, they just start flying through the ranks. They're having huge success. The worst thing we can do, and I've done this, the worst thing we can do is start to have thoughts or have an energy of jealousy or, oh, I'll never be able to do that, or, oh my goodness, they're so great and I'm not doing that good. I'm here to tell everyone, please listen, eliminate those thoughts, eliminate the doubt, eliminate any of that energy because it will crush you. You have to stay focused, stay excited, stay on point, and realize that if someone else can do it, you can do it too. Okay, so with that being said, let's talk about some specifics. I want to get into some nitty gritty right now. First thing is when you got started, we've got hundreds of people watching this live and the recording. They want to go 5K this month, right? Who wants to go 5K this month to win that $250, to win the microphone, right? What exactly were some things that you did, the actions that you took to hit 5K? Go!
So diving into the online space in 2018 in August, the first thing that was ever introduced to me was personal development. I bring this to my team no matter what. We can have all the success in the world on the outer side, on the outside side. But if we do not focus on that inner, we will never have that success and we will never be able to keep it. So the reason why we've been able to develop ourselves is because of our daily consistent habits that we've developed. We constantly are showing up every day doing our daily method of operations. If you guys don't know what that is, these are like the 5 things, as if there's a bomb strapped to our backs, we are doing them. Whether it's my gratitude, my I am affirmations, my reading, listening to podcasts, working out, these are things that are making me feel better as a human being and helping me understand my daily moments. So when I get back, because coming from depression and anxiety, you can get so caught up, you can get so overwhelmed. And like Aaron said, you can get so caught up in comparison syndrome. And I used to do that in my old company all the time. I'd be like, well, why are these people constantly having success and I'm not? Well, one, I wasn't developed enough to even understand the mindset and the power that I hold within. So developing those daily successful habits and consistently doing it, doesn't matter what's going on, if it's Christmas or if you have family over, you are doing these things because the moment you take a break from them, the moment your subconscious mind tells you, you're not good enough, you're not going to have success. Why can you have success when you can have it all? But you're telling yourself by not showing up daily that you're not ready for it. So developing these habits has been a key component in why we've been able to have success, because we're constantly focusing on that inner journey. And then the byproduct is the outer journey of MDC and the success that we've had.
Yeah, it's constantly investing into ourselves, filling up our cups first, because you can't help others and serve others when you're pouring from an empty cup. So that's always been our main focus. And then just on the comparison thing, one really cool quote I heard the other day, comparison is the thief of joy. So if you're looking at others and you're trying to compare your different levels, you're never going to have happiness for where you're at and how far you've come in your own journey.
Yeah, so it's been huge. So yeah, gratitude journal, I'm reading the comments, dream journal, goal journal, and I keep everything in one book. I don't have a schedule over here. I don't have a journal over here for this. I keep everything in one book because I know I'm going to see that book every single day. I'm going to remind myself of what's going to happen. I write my goals daily. Like I see them every single day. So I'm already visualizing it. I've already put it out into the universe. I'm a huge universe believer because likes attract likes. What you put out, it tracks back to you. And this is what we duplicate with our team. I'm doing a ton of leadership calls for the first week of January, and I am reiterating exactly how this personal development side has come into play and the ripple effect that it can have in your business. Because sure, it's just like winning the lottery. You could win all the money in the world, but if you don't believe in your success, you're just going to blow through it and it's going to be gone in a second and you're going to be back to square one. And through almost 2 years of trial and failure, failing forward and constantly struggling, it's only been recent, like since joining MDC, where we honed down on what we actually need to do, because we had that, it was like, the rock bottom situation. It was rock bottom. And if we knew that if we didn't continually show up as like that version that needs to have that success to pay for our bills, pay for everything, we would just continue in that vicious cycle. And I'm tired of living in that vicious cycle. And that was enough reason for me to sit down and be like, every day I schedule out every week I schedule out my week, and I'm consistently hitting it. And I work smarter, not harder. I'm not on my phone 24/7. Once I'm done my goals for the week or the day, I'm done and I have time for my kids. I have time from Jeffrey. I have maybe extra time to read if I desire to, or I have time to respond to messages. But once I visualize it and have it put down to a T, that tells my brain and my subconscious mind like, oh, you're good. You're done. Move on and wait till tomorrow and compound it, because tiny consistent actions equals up to more than trying to sit down and do all the training at once and be like, oh my God, there's so much freaking information, and then jumping in and doing it consistently over time. You're going to have a huge win in a month than trying to cram it all in 1 week. So that's been massive for our growth and massive in duplicating it to our team and teaching them that as well.
I love it. We're getting some value from this training. Woo! All right. So, you guys blew 5K, you blew to 10K. One of the biggest questions, and one of the questions I'm so excited about, is most people watching this are in the United States. But there is a very fast growing team in Canada, right? Canada is just booming right now. And by the way, Canada, you guys are super fired up because Mantra is now available in Canada. And is it just the shampoo and conditioner?
It's the whole line, baby.
The whole line of the hair care is available in Canada. Whoa, who's fired up about that?
Oh,
What's cool with that too, Aaron, is we can actually do the HempWorks Director and the HempWorks Executive Packs now in Canada, and we select all the hair products within it.
So we didn't have that before.
Love it. So the biggest question I have, though, is that you guys hit 10K without Mantra, without any of the HempWorks products, any of the products. And so share, like, what was your mindset going into this, knowing that, okay, the only products that they could purchase were the sprays. That was it. And they still hit 10K. So I want everyone to just let that sink in. For anyone who's in the United States, they hit 10K, and the only products they could purchase were the sprays. Can you do hashtag no excuses? Like, they just made it happen. So talk to us about that.
The only limitations on what's available for products in your country, they're all up here. We leverage social media. Social media is global, so there's no reason to have the product availability in your country hold you back when you can just jump on and reach out to the States, reach out to UK, reach out to Europe. The only limitations are what you hold in your own mind. So that was a big thing that we hold dear, one of our kind of core values within the business. There's no limitations. It doesn't matter what's available in your country.
And we sell business over product 100%. For me, when I'm investing into a business and a product, I love to talk about it 100%. But when it comes to conversation and communication, I am talking 100% about the product or the company and the compensation plan. I'm selling on that comp plan because it's a legacy comp plan. I know that it's going to be around forever. I align with Josh and Jenna so much in the values that they hold.
And their vision.
That just comes out every conversation. And plus, we do organic Facebook social media strategies. So even though like we are in Canada, we are targeting globally, and we don't get caught up on people. We're just trying to hit as many people as we can with our message. And if they're not into it, we move on, we go to the next. We're not getting hung up on the no's. We're not getting hung up on the whys or all the questions, because we let our websites do all the talking for us. We answer a few questions, and either you're in or you're out. I don't have time to waste and be like, oh, let's answer all these questions. Let's dive into what binary. No, you jump in, you learn as you go, and we go from there. With a 60-day money-back guarantee, I don't have time to be like fiddling around and being like, okay, I got to convince you. I'm not in the business of convincing. I'm in the business of educating and showing you what you can do with your time and create the time freedom.
We want those people who are going to jump in, fire first and aim later, jump in and then learn as they go. That's the kind of people that we're looking for.
So we're constantly teaching and educating on organic methods. I know like we can even teach even more, and that's what we just created our goals for this week. We are educating way more on this to duplicate, because we have a social media marketing background. That was the first business that we got into. So yes, we have a little bit of a leeway on that side of things, but we used to run paid advertising that got us 0 results. When we came into this business, we learned organic, which is completely free messaging systems, and just messaging and just getting your message to as many people as fast as you can without the worry of hearing no, because there are billions and billions of people on Facebook. And even if all us HempWorks people were to jump in and message and cold message and do all these things, we would still not hit everybody on Facebook in a lifetime. And that's how you got to look at it. And now that HempWorks and MDC is branching out even more globally, going into South Africa, and they're just going to keep branching, it's just going to open up the world to you. So don't be focused on the country that you are. Obviously, educate people that are on. We have a massive team here in Canada, but go above and beyond. Connect with people, join Facebook groups, see where your eyes can take you, and don't let your limitations hold you back in this business. Because when I look at it, as Canadians, this is the way that I look at it. As Canadians, yes, we don't have CBD, but those Americans like Aaron Parker's 500K, I look at myself as a 100K affiliate already because I don't have CBD. I look at myself as that future. I can see it. There's no comparison syndrome because I know what I can bring to the table. And that's how I look at it. And you got to get really clear on your intentions and your 2020 vision, which is super exciting that we're in a new decade.
I was going to touch on
that. And just roll with it.
Yeah, the power of vision. We wrote out our whole vision as well. We forecasted this whole year. We forecasted the Manifest 2020 event, how many people we're going to have there, how that's going to play out, what we're going to walk on stage, what rank we're going to be. We just looked into everything. We visualized our perfect day to you guys down to a T, exactly down to the senses, what you think, taste, hear, feel, smell, everything that exists in your perfect day. That way you allow it to sink into your subconscious, and the universe plays it out.
You don't want to leave any gaps for the universe to fill in. You want to be very, very specific. And once you put it pen to paper, you've already visualized it. And then you just want to trust the universe. I know that sounds wooey, but it is. Every mogul, every billionaire out there, they believe in this stuff. You study them, they trust them. So it's really finding that gratitude within and trusting who you are, because we are all superhuman. And I could swear, I was we're all super fucking humans. And we are all here to create time freedom for us and our families. So what does that mean to you? Is it meaning to sit back and wait for life to happen? Or does it mean you're going to go out and get those sales and educate and show people what they have? Because MDC and Hempworks is that company that's going to bring you there.
Woo! Get me fired up, y'all. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. So I love this, and I just want to talk about this really quick. And then while I'm going through this, I want you guys to think about what are some specific things that you say to prospects when you're messaging, maybe some of the strategy with messaging, the strategy that you have with prospecting, some of the things that you're doing to build your business. So give us just a couple of those, maybe one of, each of you can go once on that. But first, I want to just talk about this quickly, because for me, this is one of the most important keys to success. And they just said it, not me. Visualizing. It's having your goals written down, putting it on paper, and visualizing those goals manifesting, right? Manifested. I love the name of our convention, Manifest 2020. But I want to take it a step further. And there's two things that I want everyone to do. And, listen, here's the thing, guys. I'm not your boss, right? I can't make you do anything. That's the beauty of network marketing. But I will tell you this. Those of you who do this will have more success than those of you who don't. Period. I promise you. And here is the action. It's you need to write down on paper, put it up on your wall, have it on your desk, have it where you can see it literally as many times as possible throughout the day. It's what rank, and it doesn't have to just be these two things. It could be a lot of things. All the things that you want to visualize for the year, put on this paper. Maybe even have it as a dream board with some pictures and stuff. But two very key things. Number one, what rank will you be on stage? I want you to actually visualize. We went on stage 2 years ago and we got our trophy for being 100K. And then last year, we got to go on stage again and get our trophy for being a 250K. And as cool as that was, it meant nothing compared to watching other people on the power team. I'm standing there. I mean, there was a video. It's actually in the group. It's in the announcement section. It's a video I did standing right in front of the stage. And I see power team members going across the stage, getting their 5K, 10K, 25K, 50K. And I'm just like, power team, right? So seeing that happen, capturing that moment, experiencing that, I want you to experience that. And you have to visualize it. What rank will you be at convention? And number two is how many people from your team will be there with you? There's many of you who are already got your ticket. You're like, I'm going to be there. Yes, awesome. And that's going to be a life-changing experience for you to be there at convention. Yes. But I promise you this, when you're at convention, Manifest 2020 this year, you're going to be sitting there saying, oh my gosh, I wish I had got more people here from my team. Here's the good news. You're watching this now in January. You have plenty of time. And I want to give you guys a very bold statement. The number of people that you have at convention this year, that number will directly influence, directly determine, directly affect your income in 2021. That's it, guaranteed. So get excited about these two things, write them down, visualize it. And during the journey from now till convention, guess what? It's going to be tough. There's going to be challenges. You're going to get frustrated. People aren't going to join. People are going to quit. But when you are visualizing and you are working towards this goal, nothing is going to stop you because you are relentless, because you are obsessed with your goal and your vision. You will make it happen. And I believe in every single one of you. So I just wanted to hit on that point because it is so important. So Jeff and Jody, you guys know the question, right? You good?
What was it again?
Okay, the question is
prospecting and everything.
Yeah, give us a couple like things that people can take away on some quick prospecting tips, suggestions, things that you say, things that you do when you're prospecting and building your business.
Perfect. I just want to touch base on what you just said, though. At times when you're trying to go for your goals, it's like, oh my God, this is not happening. In 2019, because in 2018, we wrote every single thing that we wanted to achieve in 2019, we hit every single goal in 2019. But when it was happening, we didn't notice. We were frustrated. We were hurt. We're like, this is, but then looking back now, we're like, we actually did it.
It didn't play out exactly as we thought, but it happened.
So just write it down, put it to pen to paper, and visualize it. I love that. So I'm going to let Jeffrey take the way, and then I'm going to touch base after.
All right, guys. So basically, once we started learning organic strategies, we found the power in groups. So jumping into groups was a game changer for our business. So what we did was, at the time we were traveling in our RV, so we joined these RV groups, motorhome groups, full-time family travel groups, all these different groups.
Your niche-specific groups, things that are interested to you. So grab a pen and paper, write down 10 things that you love to do, that you hold heart, and then go into the Facebook search bar and just type each keyword and put in groups. So many groups are going to come in. They're going to be in America. They're going to be in the UK. They're going to be in Australia. They're going to be everywhere. Branch out and connect with those people daily, but share your story within those groups. And please follow Facebook policies and procedures within groups and just navigate through that way. But when it comes down, I'm just going to skip. When you're coming down to conversation, it is literally a mind game. For me, I used to get so caught up in cold messaging and targeting and talking to people that I'd be like, oh, this person's not going to reply. They think I'm a scam. They do all these things. And I would never get reply. And then there's Jeffrey over here. We get 10 to 15 pre-enrollees a day because Mr. Mindset over here is just like, it's a quantity over quality game. And I'm just like, whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm like, screw it. Yeah, Facebook's just, there's so many people on there. And now I get leads after leads. And it's just like going in, being like, okay, if this person says no, I know that's opening up a space for 10 more to jump in. I know that there's going to be 20 more people that will actually want to be the business. And Mr. Jason Cardamone said it best with the live webinar that we did with him, is that we haven't even brought, like looking at, I'm saying we, but I mean you guys, we haven't even brought in our 100K affiliate yet. If you think about that, you want to look at everybody, who's your next 100K? Who's going to bring you to that? Who's going to do this? You know, so it's super exciting when you go in with the mindset that it's like, it's okay if they don't talk to me. It's okay if they don't reply. But ever since I did that, I get, oh, thank you for reaching out. Like Jeffrey gets all the time. He's like, oh man, I've always wanted to be in the CBD business. Tell me more. Or they go, maybe not today, but thank you for reaching out. You get kind-hearted replies instead of being like ghosted, no answer, and everything like that. You got to just be comfortable expressing it. And Robert Hollis says it too. You got to just talk. You're just doing what you do every single day, is communicating. You're just talking. It's nothing that's scary about it. And then you just send your web link and let the web link do all the talking for you. I don't answer questions. I just say, here's my website. It's going to break down the company, the products, the compensation plan. And then we can jump into any questions after that. And
wait, you've got to tell me. I want you to tell me all about the products and tell me about these ingredients and tell me why this product is better. And well, you got to tell me about the comp plan. And can't you just explain more?
No.
No? Really?
If they're very green people, it's good to understand personality types. If they're very green, of course, I have stuff saved in my notes. We have everything, all our links saved in our notes for quick reference. If they want like THC records or where the crop is growing and all this crap, sure, I'll send that to them. But other than that, I don't care. If you don't jive with what you see, and with especially with the new marketing, if you go through that in 40 minutes, your leads know exactly from point A to point B on how to start and how to get started and understand that compensation plan to like a T. Jeff even has his own compensation plan video because it was so scarce before. Now when Josh breaks it down, you're like, okay, I get it. I make money there. oh, I got to do this. And it just makes so much sense.
It's like a qualification process for your leads now. If they go through steps 1 to 4, it kind of qualifies them. If they understand that, you know they're a good fit for your business. If they have a million questions, you can guarantee those million questions are going to carry on whether they're a paid affiliate with you or not.
And we're not in the business to convince people. With a 60-day money back guarantee, you're in or you're out. You test the waters, you learn as you go, and we go from there. That's all I have. That's and when people opt out, I love when people opt out of my chats or people go out. I'm like, yes, because you are opening up more space for more people to come in, more executives to come into my life. And now that Canada can have executive and directors on the United States level, we're like, yep, game for it. So I just don't have time to waste. And I want the people who are here to learn. And I want people who are resourceful and go for the answers themselves.
And the one thing I've learned, you guys, with reaching out and cold messaging, it really doesn't matter what you say. What matters is the mindset you have going into it.
Just be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of people feel spammy, or they're annoying people, or just not kind of having that approach to it. And you got to shift that paradigm. You're going into it. You know what you have. You know how amazing this company is. You know this incredible opportunity you can provide for these people. So you go into it with that mindset that you have this amazing thing for these people. And if they see that, awesome. And if they don't, well, that's their loss.
And you keep it short and sweet when you're messaging. Hey, I was just curious or thanks for connecting on my Facebook page and supporting me. I just started an online CBD business. I was wondering if it was interest to you. There's 8 ways to earn, paid online or paid through your phone, whatever. Keep it short and simple. Are you interested? Here's my link.
Now, everyone just freaked out because I'm just going to tell you from personal experience, everyone loves scripts, okay? And I think scripts are valuable, and I do like scripts. I do want to preface this that you don't need to do word for word. And I love what Jeff just said, and that is that it's not so much what you say, it's your mindset, it's your confidence, it's how you say it, it's are you excited, right? So, but with that being said, because we do have scripts in the Power Team group in the files, but just say it one more time. What is an example of what you would say when you're reaching out to people? You kind of just did it, but just give it to us one more time, because this is something that people right now are like, I need this. Like they want to grab on to just a simple script, something that you've used, that you've gotten results with, and just realize that it's keeping it simple. It's never sending your link to people, right? It's you're not answering questions. So guys, this came straight from these guys. They're not answering questions. So when you are messaging people and you're reaching out to people and they say, yes, I'm interested, or can you tell me more, or what is it, or anything they say, no matter what they say, no matter how many questions they ask, the response is always the same.
Right.
It's go here.
So even just 1 second before I show you our script, the thing is, test your scripts. Go through as many scripts. We've tested all Aaron Parker's and they have got us leads. We've tested what other people's too. You want to fail forward and keep testing and testing until you find one that works for you and don't get caught up. But this is the one that's converting for us right now, and Jeff's going to read it.
You guys are lucky, you know.
All right, guys, get ready. Write this down. And if you miss it, you can just watch the replay.
Yes.
Go.
Hey there, I truly can't thank you enough for the connection and for supporting me. I know you probably get hit with these messages daily. However, I'm just curious, would you be open to exploring another way of making extra money in a CBD business online? You're paid weekly, all you need is your phone, and we have all the training provided. Does this sound like something that might interest you?
That's it. That's all. Simple, easy peasy. Go in with the headspace being like, yeah, they're going to say yes. After each message I send, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I move on to the next. And it takes me 10 minutes to message 10 people a day. I only message 10 people because that's what I'm comfortable with. And I just start with my friends list and I just go all the way down. And then at 10 people, I'm done and I move on and I wait till the next day and I compound that over time. And we get leads every single day.
Guys, are you getting this? Power Team? Come on, y'all. You can do this. It's simple. So just to confirm, because I don't want people to hear this from me, I want them to hear it from you. When people respond to you and they're like, well, what is it? Or can you tell me more? Or I have all these questions. What is the simple response that you give them at that point to direct them into the system?
So I just say, awesome. So I have my website that I can forward you. It's going to break down the company, the products, and the compensation plan. And then we can jump into any questions you have after that. Sound cool? Sure. Here's my website. That's it.
And on that note,
yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
sorry, I always do my second message as a voice note, a voice clip, because you bring that instant, like authentic, I'm not a robot, I'm not spamming you. You give that energy. They can feel your energy through that. So no matter what they say, I always voice note them the second one. Hey, thank you so much for getting back to me. I really appreciate you taking the time. I would love to share with you my website that goes over everything Jody just said, products, compensation plan. When would be a good time for you to check that out? I always get the micro commitment for time. I don't just want to throw them my website link and then them not be able to view it for an hour or a week or whatever. I always get a time micro commitment. Maybe they can watch it right now. Maybe it's 2 days from now, but I always get that commitment.
But again, test. See if voice memos work for you. Get comfortable on them. The micro commitment is huge. And always test your scripts and keep going from there. Because what works for us might not work for you. But again, it's a mindset game. So really get clear on your confidence and be excited. Because what you guys have is literally giving people the lottery. That's what I look at this business. That you're giving people the lottery with this business. And I love every aspect of it.
That's huge. So voice message, that's obviously a game changer. And I love what Jody said too, is that some people, maybe when you're doing audio, and this isn't like, again, I'm not trying to pass any judgment or anything like that, but there may be some people that when you do audio, again, just take this as a friend for everyone who's watching. If you come across through audio as sounding sleepy or tired or not excited or whatever, it may not actually, like you could actually repel people. They may not want to respond based on your audio. So I love that Jody said to test that out, see if you're getting good responses from audio. Jeff's getting great. So is Jody. I use audio. Using audio messages in your Facebook Messenger app is a great feature. So definitely test that. And I do this as well. I'm so glad that you said this, Jeff. When the person, everyone listen carefully, when the person responds to the first message, the second follow-up, the message that you send them back, it's not, here's my link, go, right? What Jeff said is the response is either an audio or just a written message asking them, when would they be ready? When will you be available? When can you go through the information and watch the videos? That step is critical. And most people miss that. Most people just jump on the prospects and send them the link, send them all this info, and you scare people away. So I want everyone watching this to start doing this. When you get someone who responds that they're interested or they have questions or they want to learn more, the next step for you is to find out when they can go through the information. Once they tell you, then you send them the link to your capture page to take a tour, which we're going to go through that here in just a second. And you make them watch the videos, right? Don't answer any questions until they go through the tour and they watch all the videos, which we're going to walk everyone through how that works here in just a second. So, wow, this is huge. Guys, do you have anything else?
No, just constantly focus on that inner self, because once you gain that confidence within who you are, you can step into any situation with your feet planted on the ground and with your Superman or woman pose, and you're like, yeah, I can conquer anything because I'm not scared. And just believe in what you're selling, because you guys are here for a reason, and your why and your vision is what's going to lead you to your legacy. So don't lose sight of that. That's massive within the results that you're going to create with you and your team and your business. And duplicate. Teach duplication. Teach how you're doing it. Like 100% when it's working.
Exactly.
But fail forward, and don't be scared to fail forward either, because people want to watch your failures. They want to see your struggles. You are your brand 100%. So if you're just showing up and being like, oh, I'm on the online space, so I have all this money, people are going to be like, that's unrealistic. That's unattainable. Share your struggles. Share what's happening, the good, bad, and the ugly, and watch people follow you. And your brand is just going to grow, grow, and grow.
That attraction marketing, that's a long-term play, but it's you build strong connections with your audience.
Yes.
Wow. Amazing. And yes, everyone, you can watch this again. The recording of this will be right here, the same place you're watching this now. Watch this again and again. Get this to your team. Any new affiliates joining, get them to the replay. Of course, this will be right here in the Power Team Facebook group. And I have one thing I need to make sure that I mention. We do this anytime we have leaders come on and share. You cannot message these guys. Okay. So we can't have, I mean, and some people like don't like when I say this, but this is part of our power team like rules, right? We have to do this because imagine if we have 1,000 people messaging Jeff and Jody and they're getting bombarded with questions from the whole team. That's just not fair to them. And so you guys can't do that. If you message them, they're just going to say, hey, please post your question in the power team group. So you have a very simple thing you can do for anyone who may have a question for Jeff and Jody. You can comment here on this video, tag them, and then that way the answer can be available to the whole team. Yes. That's what you guys can do. Yes. So no messaging them directly. Thank you guys for helping and everyone for understanding that. So with that, amazing value. Thank you so much, Jeff and Jody. You guys are absolute rock stars. Big props to Aaron Rashkin, to Mr. Jason Cardamone, to your entire team. Canada is on fire. If you got some value, please drop some hearts, drop some comments. Thank you, Jeff and Jody Judge. I know you guys are on a mission for $25K this month to win that $1,500 bonus from corporate. Woo!
Yeah, we're going to be $250K by Manifest, just so you know. Woo! That's happening.
I love it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We will have more of you for sure out on future trainings. So once again, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate you so much.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
All right. So if you got some value from Jeff and Jody, drop a comment one more time, tag them, thank them, and we appreciate them so much for the value. Again, reminder, power team, the rules, don't message them directly. That's not allowed. If you have questions for them, just tag them here, tag them in the group. You can also go to our FAQ document. You can tag them there or here in the comments, and that way the answer can be available to the entire team. Thank you so much for understanding, everyone. And remember, this video that you're watching now is going to be a replay right here. Same place you're watching this. You can tag your team in the comments. You can send this video to them so your team can learn what you just did. All right. Now, we are short on time, but we are going to dive in right now. I'm going to try to do this short and sweet. So put your thinking caps on. Everyone take a deep breath. We're going to go through the new system.